All up in there. All right. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Bullight. We about to check some things out. You heard? I'm about to play a little bit of this before I get into this. But a lot of people need to be held accountable.
Somebody did something to Reggie. I gotta see
what crazy
right now. I gotta see what somebody
turn on my
did
air
to Reggie, bro. Cause this shit right here is like, nigga, you talking 25 years.
Nigga, we got a lot of corrupt fans in here. This is heavy news. A lot of people saying, please not be true. Please tell me something about a young girl.
I really don't be true, man. Nigga, Reds don't do no lie.
A lot of people gotta be held accountable. You know, Snoop got away with murder, but this is just beyond. All y'all let this go down.
I'll tell you that. Hey, Wack, bro, Reggie been coming with all the bullshit lately, huh? You gotta remember, like.
What y'all think about this? Listen, you know,
let's put it.
We love Death Row, but shit.
Reggie was a known Compton PD.
Reggie, right?
Should not intentionally hired this man and retired him from the Compton PD. Right? It's just like my attorney. My attorney knows all of my truth about my cases. All of them.
But Wack was working with Death Row back then. You know, I'm Team 100 all day. But we got to be 100. Wack was working with Death Row. Snoop, all these dudes knew about this allegedly. Like, what's really going on? You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Look, what happened in court with it happened, and I walked out of there and they said I was innocent. My attorneys know all my guilt when it comes to any of my criminal cases because this is who I confide in. Right? So it ain't like he forgot.
All right, Tony, you said all y'all granddad's kids were by 14-year-old girls. All y'all grandmas had kids at 12 and 16. Yeah, but that was a different time. Check this out. He hid that. They hid it. They've had to pay up to $10 million, which you're gonna find out. I know if you heard it, to hide it. So they knew they was doing wrong. It was disgusting. They was hanging out at middle schools like Chester molesters. And Daz, he was right next to him, so he's held accountable for this bullshit too.
Reggie, like, even though you gotta understand, Reggie is who was the confidant. That's who, you know, I really don't want to be in this room with Reggie coming in because.
Tony, you said there's never going to be a different time. What is you? You with that? You hang around these little these junior high schools and stuff. What's going on? It sounds like you condoning this shit.
He cornered me with this shit, and I know he can corner me with this shit because he know what I know and I know what he know.
See, he know. He said it.
Partner, but I mean, at the end of the day, you know, the truth is never considered disrespect. And
here we go with that iconic line right before you frame a nigga up.
Marriage in the USA, whatever, that's a different story. First of all, we're not talking about marriage. We're talking about a dude stalking little girls at junior high schools and getting it in. They said he kept her in the room for 2 days. And girls fascinated by stars and these dudes taking advantage. That's what we're talking about, homie.
That's why I always say, you know what I'm saying? That's why I always say, remember where people come from because they don't know shit. And it'd be like some people be fucking with me and asking me questions that I done been through. I work for the government. I got people with CIA, fucking FBI, all that shit. That's what I'm saying. They rely on my information to do their job. Even you know, right? And I'm gonna keep that shallow because I know what that is. When it comes to that in your world, it's people that say shit. It's things that went on that
Serious. Dead ass. This nigga talking crazy.
Right.
Shout out Papa Death.
It's gonna make a motherfucker ask, damn, that nigga Daz do be going motherfucking crazy. Right? And you know, I really can't remember in detail, but
they said Daz was going crazy, but sorry, I'm not associated with somebody like that. It ain't no going crazy. It's just ending the whole situation, exposing homie. Ain't no money worth not, putting that out. I don't know how he got everybody in the crew with it. Maybe, I don't know, he used his game card, whatever else, but that's some ugly, ugly shit. I'm sure Big U had a lot to do with it because Big U was his homie. And, as far as influence with the homies and everything else, that's probably what happened. But I don't see how this was possible. They said he had to leave Philly when the shit came out.
But
he had to leave back to Philly.
See, I hope Reds don't come in and go crazy. He can start saying all kind of shit because he wasn't the only one. You know what I'm saying? If I can remember, Dad said something in the song, but everybody missed it. See, Reds, he finna go. Like he just hit me. Oh, I see what he talking about. I'm coming in at 3:30. This shit finna get wild. Click the link.
And I'm Team 100, and we know Wack didn't want to expose this, but he kept it 100 when it came out. He didn't try to hide it. He didn't try to cover it up. He did keep it 100 once it came out. So we respect that. We appreciate that. Now, Reggie Wright, the cop, the death row cop, I don't know what he's going through. Somebody pissed him off, but he's coming out with a lot of interesting details, shit we didn't know from back in the past and whatnot. You know what I mean? I got a poll up there about the Trick Daddy and Wack thing. All my peoples, I know y'all heard that shit and went crazy. And let me know what y'all think, and we're gonna announce it at the end.
This shit finna get wild. Oh, he finna go crazy. What's the deal, bro? Oh, you don't even want to know what this nigga just said. Oh, he just fired everybody up.
Yeah, shout out Edible Optics 420. You know what that's about. They said that's possible. That's possibly why he drinks the way he does, because the boy's a mad alcoholic. He's on one. I don't know if y'all seen that Celebrity Marriage Boot Camp. He was on there. He showed his true colors. He's haunted. He know he was in the wrong. I think he probably don't get down like that anymore. He probably got more self-restraint, and because he's a star, it's harder to do those type of things. You seen what happened to R. Kelly, but I don't know. It ain't no excuse. You could drink all you drink or whatever else, but you gotta come clean on that, homie. He came clean. They paid up to $10 million, but if you still out here like that dude, all in the spotlight doing your thing, whatever else, that ain't fly with me. Go hide your head under a pillow. I don't fuck with them type of dudes. Sorry, I don't give a damn. And I'm a Death Row fan.
Niggas want to act bigger than the program. He said Foxy Brown was 16, nigga, when Kurupt and Jay-Z was smashing on top of this other situation.
So he tried to throw Jay-Z in there, whatever. He threw Jay-Z in there. It's Clubhouse 100 room. Shout out to Clubhouse.
Access to people who work for the department that'll pull all that shit. No, he definitely do that, but it ain't got nothing to do. He was there. He was one of the ones helping smooth shit over. Red the cake. Look, bro, it's certain shit. Like I always.
And how can the officer Reggie feel cool with bringing this out? And he the one that was keeping it going, keeping it cool, making it cool for Kurupt to be doing this bullshit. He knew when Kurupt was going to the damn middle schools. You supposed to stop the dude right there. The fuck? You let him know he going to the middle schools right now. Y'all let him go. Everybody that's involved, everybody that know about this shit need to be held accountable. That's just something we didn't talk about because everybody dick riding. Oh, Snoop, oh, Death Row, this, that, even Wack. I'm Team Wack, but guess what? If he know about this shit, he need to be held accountable for it too. There's some dirty shit, dirty game.
Say little shit, y'all just don't catch it. Like niggas just say, well, Wack, you know, what did you do at Death Row? And I say, well, you know, we did a lot of other shit, but you know, I would call a lot of meetings with Suge so I can explain certain things after the fact. Now, Reds know what I'm saying. Y'all just don't ever pick up on it. Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw a number up in a minute. You know I want to hear from some of y'all.
Right. Like what? Whoever, let's put it like this. Whoever Suge Knight Sally is right now, always know what Suge let her say. Believe that.
Oh, Wack, check your phone. I sent you something.
So basically, he's saying Wack was illiterate. I mean, Suge was illiterate. He basically saying Suge couldn't read, Suge couldn't write. This is a high school, college graduate. So shout out to the American school system, but that's another story. But what he's saying is Suge had somebody read all this stuff because he couldn't read. So imagine that, this dude making all that bread, but then you wonder why he's broke right now. You feel me? Because they say, there's some saying about a dumb nigga can't hold money. A dumb dude can't. I don't know the saying, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
I wasn't corrupt fucking with what DMX and corrupt fucking with Foxy Brown.
Dream Chasers. Salute, Dream Chasers.
I mean, with DMX come later, he didn't mention DMX. I think DMX was later. He talking about, remember, Corrupt was there before DMX.
But what I don't like is how all these other names coming in here. You threw Jay-Z name in there. He wasn't at junior high schools looking for little girls. You threw DMX name in there, rest in peace. Like all these names getting thrown in the game is reckless. I don't respect that. You feel me? It's like this, we talking about a dude that was stalking girls at junior high schools, pulling them in, doing what he do. He was a famous, rich dude, 2 days, locking the breezies down. And doing what he do, like using the star power that I talked about in some of my specials. You know, that star power is a dangerous power. It can hypnotize people, have them doing stupid shit. But like I said, he need to be held accountable, and the people around that enabled this shit need to be held accountable. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, DMX come later, so what Red is talking about right here is earlier. You see, what he's doing is establishing a pattern. Nigga, but hey, you just hit on something. I ain't gonna put words in your mouth. You said if his Sally know everything that's in his letter, that motherfucker can't read and write. That sounds like
now, mind you, Wack is biased right now because they got little issues between each other, Wack and Suge Knight. They worked with each other in the past, but you know, Suge was caught on the phone clowning Wack, saying he's a truck driver, this and that. He don't really fuck with him like that. Wack heard it, and then Wack exposed everything. He exposed the fact that he paid for Suge's mother's funeral recently, and he exposed the fact that Suge is broke. So you know they going through it right now. So, but I kind of believe him because sometimes I know some gangsters that made it through, and jockeys who's dumb as a fucking whatever, and they made it through off their talent and off their wit.
Listen, bro. Hey, this is the reason why when I don't know this. Hey, you don't know this. You know, back then you went to if you was a hell of a baseball, football player, you didn't have to go out and do none of this shit back then. Right? So, like, you notice he'll say something, take a jab at me, and when I start tripping, right? You don't never hear him. He do a bunch of interviews. He don't fuck with me because he don't know how far I'm finna go. He illiterate? Nah, he said, I didn't know he was because I don't get interpreted to it. That motherfucker Mexican, all kinds of shit. Fuck wrong with shit.
Hold up. OG Wack said Tupac is the only one to call out Corrupt and the Dog Pound. You know, sometimes the real die young. The realest, you know, most of the time the real ones die young. I'm a major Pac fan. I respect everything he stood for, his honor and integrity, and the lyrics and certain things he gave the people. So yeah, that's a fact. Edible Optics. I never said you said DMX. I said that they brought up DMX. Somebody on the clubhouse brought up DMX. But let's move on.
Like a contract shit, you know. Hey, yo, did you play that clip up top?
I just got the audio guy in. He coming in right now.
Shout out Reap. He won the poll. My channel say Reap is the best co-host for Wack.
I'm so glad of him that he didn't get on the last sign when he was in posting room.
He didn't have to sound it back. He didn't have to.
Man, that shit would have been classic. That shit would have been crazy, man. Hey, Trey 6. I done told Reap 10 times.
You hear me editing shit on the run, recording, editing. You know, it get crazy when Reggie come on. You know, he sound like he going through some things. He might be going through money issues, or he might be hurt by one of these dudes because he coming out with a lot of inside info that he been holding for a minute, and now he decided to bring it out. But I know why he been holding it, because his ass is held accountable for the bullshit because he knew about the whole thing when it was going down. So he's a piece of shit too in my book. I'm sorry. If you knew this dude going to junior high schools and you letting it go down and you a cop protecting him and all that type of shit, yeah, you's a fuck boy. Sorry.
It is what it is, right? So you remember.
Okay. Jordan Matthew, Wack been exposing a lot of people on Clubhouse, and that's a fact. But I just got an issue because he knew about this the whole time too. But I respect that when it came out, he didn't deny it. So,
Y'all probably remember when the Tupac movie was getting done, and I said, well, Benny Boone, the only motherfucking Tupac by respect doing this movie right now. He don't really respect LT Hut. Y'all remember that, right? Yeah, so
LT Pop, yeah, whatever.
Reds know this. LT Kurupt, all them niggas live in the same apartment together. Pac knew about the shit and said, fuck every nigga that fuck with the nigga, including the producers. Shit.
You know, I fuck with Wack. I really do. Y'all know that. And of course, he built this channel with the mess he be going through. And now I'm trying to transition to whatever else. But I'm sorry, if it come out and he really knew about this shit, then all his 100ness goes away in my book. And he got the power to shut down this channel, and he could make it in whatever else. But I'm like, because that's some next level shit. I know his position in death row was he wasn't like one of those dudes, so he probably couldn't make no decision. But at the same time, you see what he doing with Tekashi, and you see certain moves he make for that bread, and you think like, damn, did he know about this shit? And he for that bread, he chose to turn the other cheek, because that's what happened with everybody else. Now Snoop, you know, he was fighting that murder case, so if they put 10 million in the Kurupt, they put 50 million. I don't know how much they put in to protect Snoop from going to jail. So he had a lot over his head, and I know if anybody knew, he knew too. Dads knew. All these dudes knew. So, but it's like, how the fuck nobody see what bread do to people? Bread is a powerful thing, and to fuck up your brain, have you doing stupid shit.
With no many songs after that.
Niggas know this whole time they like, not fucking
one thing I would say about Pac was fuck. Hello?
That's why he went back to Philly, nigga. Got ran up out of here.
They said they sent them back to Philly.
You know what them dogs was pounding, man. That's
not the dog,
And you gotta think about where all that the hood, legendary hood shit came from, like certain things that we made okay. I'm an older dude now, but when you look back in retrospect, certain things, it ain't no fun if the homie can't have none. You know, put this bitch on all that type of stuff to where you treating women a certain way. That was not a gangster, the way gangsters move originally. That was not how the OGs move. That was not how real G's that created the sets and all that shit move. I studied this shit, so I could tell you. You feel me? So You got to think about the type of dudes we followed and the type of things that they put out in our brain, and we rolled with it and went with it because it was cool and shit. You know what I mean? Like you could go back and just study the game and see shit ugly, but it is what it ain't. Now we got, that's why we got the epitome of this shit is like Tekashi 6ix9ine, these type of people. They were raised by the bullshit. So it is what it ain't. All right, what we got here? Who said something? Edible optics. Why would you let that stop you? He had no reason to bring Kurupt up. Kurupt wasn't even relevant and still isn't. If it wasn't for Reggie's motive, probably mad he can't eat with death row. That's a good point. But guess what? It don't matter the motive because we analyzing what's really going on and we gonna check everything. I don't care. Ain't no time limit, no time limitation, none of that. We gonna do what we do and analyze everything because we can't continue on with the bullshit like it's a part of our culture and adapt the bullshit. You feel me? Tony Timms, pimping been going on forever. Jesus' mama was 14. See what I'm talking about? Yeah, age is a whole nother thing. But when you're talking about an American society, these little girls are raised as children. If they're in junior high school, this is not fucking Iraq or whatever the fuck you thinking. You know what I mean? This is a different society. We choose to live in a certain way. And if you don't, then get the fuck out. Because if I have my little niece and my daughter and some fucking fuck boys over at junior high school stalking her, then I got a problem with that pimping. You want to call it pimping? That has nothing to do with pimping. We didn't accuse him of pimping, homie. What are you talking about? It's crazy. All right, let's keep going because I need to roll some up. This nigga pissed me off.
Hey, Reggie, I'm trying to figure out why Reggie stayed around. I'm trying to see what you mean, nigga? Reggie was employed by Death Row. That nigga was damaged. Hey, what'd you say?
I ain't making no paper off this yet. I still fuck with Wack. Tony Timms, where you from, homie? You from Cali, huh? Where you from, homie? Let me know where you from, Tony Timms. Yeah, exactly. Pimping Pimping the gorgeous. No, it's not legal if a mom wants to press charges. See, that's the point, homie. You got different societies that accept that stuff and societies that don't. And you're a dumb dickhead if you think, oh, I could do that here and justify it because they doing it in Iraq or South Africa or wherever the fuck. Smell me? Oh, you from LA. That's okay. I fucked with you, but I'm just saying, like, I disagree. That's all. You said look it up. Look what up? If the parents agree and all that, yeah. Whatever, nigga. Let me see, because I want to get to when Reggie come on.
All this shit. I don't know. It's fucking up my childhood, nigga. God damn.
Bro, this nigga's bro. So let's just go ahead and accept it, bro. This nigga's a pedophile, bro. Let's just go ahead and accept it, bro. He's a pedophile.
That's a fact.
I know it's hard to say. Where's the paperwork? Hey, fuck all that. This nigga's corrupt for real. This nigga's really corrupt out here.
You're right, pimping. Fuck with pimping.
You notice he don't ever say nothing negative about Suge. Everybody got a story about Suge. He don't say nothing about Suge.
Right? Stop.
And
Suge. Now you got to think about this with Suge. Where is he now? He's on the same yard with my little brother Mace Loke. If y'all familiar with this channel, y'all know his podcast or whatever else. But Suge is in PC. Why? You know, there's murder on death row hands. They say they accused Snoop Dogg of murdering a kid. If it wasn't Snoop, it was somebody else that fucked with death row. Sorry, but it's the facts. Who cleared him up? Who fought to keep a murderer off on the streets or whatever else? It was Suge. Now you got Kurupt, this situation. He running around getting little girls and whatever else. Who kept him out of wherever he was supposed to be? Suge. Now it's other, it's all kind of situations, and half of the dudes that ran with Suge, the gang, the power rules that ran with him are dead. You know what I mean? And that's a fact. From Buntry, who's Mob James' brother, and then a lot of other people. But it's just like when you live in that type of shit, and it's gonna come back around. It's gonna hunt you, and it's gonna get you too. If you got all that dirt on your name, all that dirt, it don't pan out. So I mean, that's just what it is.
Never heard Kurupt utter one bad word about you.
He said Suge made somebody drink pee.
I ain't really so bad word.
Kurupt did always have Suge back.
I can't handle it.
Cursing that nigga Suge out, talking about your soccer, but that nigga was like, nah, that's the homie. He always had my back. Some shit like that. Of course he had his back, nigga. He had his back so good, he sent them back to Philly, nigga. That's how much he had his back.
Tony Timms, I would not leave my kids around you, homie.
He Kurupt. I know he followed one of y'all niggas. Y'all was in that room. Y'all was in his room giving him his flowers and shit. Go in and bring that nigga in here, man, so he can get this work, man. Let's put his ass to trial.
Jeez.
Hey, yo, every time I go to ping something, it moves me from the room. The fuck, let me see. Yeah,
Some niggas don't even want to speak on it. They in the group don't want to come up.
He living like this. It's people on
A little
stage
500, you
who
smell
don't want
me?
to speak on it. They just fuck with Kurupt music so hard. They like, man,
Yeah.
I don't really want to speak.
That's the power of hip hop. Hip hop is so, versatile. Like Kurupt could have said a little line here, a little line there that captures people personally because they went through this little or this little, and you capture people and they forget about the bullshit and they just run with you. It becomes dangerous for a young, inner city kid or whoever else, because it's worse on the suburban kids or whatever. So if you listening to it with the wrong mind state, you're liable to let this person get away with whatever because you're looking at him like a god, you idolize him and shit like that. Yeah, I went through that too. I fucked with these rappers heavy as a kid, and I followed them, did dumb shit, ended up in the can. That's what happens, man.
And I was a dog down stand, nigga. That's a lot. Nigga, dog pound. Exactly.
One of those say it ain't so.
Nah. Hey, fuck all that. We're not gonna beat the ass niggas today. We're not gonna beat
What
the
Reek
ass
saying?
niggas today. That nigga, I'm saying this. Damn, Reek, you pick and choose. Hey man, we not on my ass nigga shit. We ain't gonna turn the other cheek, man. We gonna have to push that knife.
He said push that knife. Y'all niggas don't be bringing me that backdoor shit. You smell me?
Studios on
This
stage.
is
He said he has something
different
to
type of.
contribute to this issue.
Oh, you can't see it clear.
EFG, what it do, G? Man, I was gonna say, let me cut this off. I was gonna say, I don't know why y'all so surprised.
Why? Of course we surprised, nigga. Shout out my nigga Fat Kid. What he say? He said my mom walked in while I was warming up the hot dog. This dude is a wild boy, yo. But I ain't gonna lie, that shit happened to me too. That shit was bad. I was like 15. Oh shit. My signature bag. Hold on.
And she's only 14 in a hole. But the bitch sucked dick like a specialized pro.
You heard that? You heard that? Like I was saying about hip hop. Look at how the shit that they got away with. He said the bitch was 14 and she was a hoe, but she was a pro, sucked dick like a pro. This was MC Ren from NWA, whatever else. Like this the shit that we was just letting go because hip hop was that powerful back then in the makings. It's still rising, it's gonna get bigger and bigger, but imagine that, the power of that street shit. It was normal then. You're right.
What's the name of that song? I'm pulling the lyrics up. What's the name of that song? I'm pulling the lyrics up.
Yeah, he right. He right. Because we can't generalize everything. This motherfucker, he bring up the NWA shit. We talking about corrupt. Now, what you trying to say? All the West Coast is about that? No, that ain't a fact, nigga. I spent half my life on the West Coast, half my life on the East Coast. Niggas ain't like that. Everybody ain't like that. You feel me? So now this dumb nigga from the South, I fuck with the South. I was born in the South. I was born in Memphis. Yeah, but like born in Memphis. But I don't like how this nigga in particular came in the spot and tried to make it like a West Coast thing, like a gangster rap thing. Nah, because gangster rap taught me a lot of good shit. And that's why I'm a father to my child. That's why I do what I do and the way I move what I move. And shout out to King Ernie, the way I move with honor. You feel me? So he trying to make it a West Coast thing. It's not a West Coast thing. It's certain individuals.
West Coast, huh? Like that for a while. West Side, these niggas trying to, they probably feel like it's their chance. Yeah, that's all whack. I just feel like niggas been talking about that for a while. Man, Phoenix, one like that shit.
Right.
I got the right here.
Why y'all only to me?
I'm trying to find it. Yeah, it was MC Ren verse. I remember that shit. Hey, damn. MC Ren from Texas, nigga.
Exactly.
Oh, you from Compton? No, he's from Texas, nigga.
No, MC Ren from Compton. But it ain't about the region.
I don't see that for them lyrics, though. I'd rather fuck.
At the same time, niggas around them accountable too for letting them say that shit. I'd be like, what, nigga? You don't change that shit. Matter of fact, nigga, yeah, he would have been out the car for that.
Right now, so that means he was older than 20 back then. Now I'm fucking all your friends. Hey, yo, let's look up a style. Easy, how the fuck, so bring your ass.
Well, a lot of people got them feelings, but it's about being a man and knowing the society and knowing what you can do and what you can't do. Unless you're some type of wild boy, and you need to go down for it then, because we got daughters. We expect society to treat our daughters a certain way when we send them out in the world.
Peep over the seat. Oh shit, it's the preacher's daughter, and she's only 14 and a hoe. But the bitch suck dick like a specialized pro. She looked at me, I was
No. See, y'all.
That's crazy.
Don't do that shit.
Nah, that's crazy though. That's crazy. I don't give a fuck.
That's some West Coast people saying that's just lit.
No, I'm saying it's lit.
And that's the shit I'm talking about. Letting music get out of hand. Fuck all that. Because hip hop is not rock. You got these kids, you know, it's a cultural thing.
Right, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, how old is Red right now?
MC Red is.
Can I fuck with rock too?
But you could crucify him for saying some dumb shit. That's some dumb shit to say, but we got proof that Club actually.
If the nigga was 18 years old talking about the 14-year-old, that ain't what that is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Thank you, Wack. It was 18, yo.
My apologies, my brother.
But who let that? But ultimately, who got the power to stop that? Who really put it out? Ultimately, who made it? Mass produced it and put it all over the world. Ultimately, you think MC Ren had the power to do that? You think even Dre or any of them dudes? No. You know who was running them labels. You know who was doing that. They were creating the shit that we're going through right now. But that's a whole other thing, because you know my fans, they come at me when I talk like that. They like, oh, blah, 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 blah. But it's just the facts. You feel me? We wasn't in charge of them labels. They curated certain things because the bread, they knew the excitement of it. When you're in that, they you know, them, oh man, these people, a lot of them come from the movies and the doing in Hollywood, where you creating a certain narrative. You feel me? So they seen the power of music and the power of street music. You know, it's not really street music, it's hip hop, it's a genre. But the big boys came and they, you know, maneuvered and made it a certain, you know, certain lanes for certain fucked up type of things, to where it made it acceptable, because we hear it all over the place. from these major media networks, whatever else. So when we talk about accountability, yeah, it goes all the way up to that. So yeah, that's a fact.
Hey, this DMG Studios, I appreciate that, man. I fuck with you, man. I fuck with you, my nigga. Hey, I fuck with you, like, I appreciate that. Well, I'm playing with that, my nigga. I'm 46 years old, my nigga, and my hips stay too. Yeah.
Shout out DMZ. Ain't even catch a buzz. You see me? I'm trying to catch a buzz too.
Look at this nigga.
But shit real, you know what I mean? The subject is real. I talk about shit I want to.
Hold on. Ain't no dirt on Dre. Dre clean, man.
Really, you can talk about who got dirt on them and who don't, but if niggas knew about the shit and they let it happen, that's some dirt on you. Just like Dre with NWA. If he seen Ren writing the shit, he heard the song, he let it fly. Yeah, that's a little dirt. Just a little bit though. Ren got a lot of dirt on him for them lyrics, and I know it's haunting him. But Dre, that's a little dirt on you. Ice Cube, if he was on that song, I don't know if he left by then or whatever. It's dirt on you. The producers, dirt on you. The other motherfuckers, it's dirt on you. Engineers, whatever. And then the big bosses of the labels, it's a lot of dirt on you because you pressed the button. You pressed the button to let that shit get out. Feel me?
Either that nigga's a rapper, he telling the story.
Lyrics is definitely fucking important. Back then, they really rapped about what they did back then.
Word, blessings, DMV, and blessings. Happy Easter weekend to all my people.
Well, what happened was Mika boyfriend was 39 when she was 15.
I'm just saying, we can't crucify his lyrics. That's all I'm saying. You can't crucify him and say he didn't do it.
I said, Michelle said.
And it's a female defending the bullshit too. That's the worst part.
Chill, man. I know this shit gonna go to viral.
It's some other shit too. Yeah,
That's
the homie shit.
They said a lot of shit, right? But she ain't say all the other shit. She said flapping her up though, right? How when Dre's son, hold on. How when Dre's son.
Hold on, what my nigga Fat Kid say? I think NWA was just indoctrination music. It doesn't represent them. It's just what the labels wanted audience to be like. And that's a good ass point, you know what I mean? Because you can talk about these young boys nowadays all you want, but guess what? Their music represent them. That's a fact. The boys that we know about, the ones that make it to that next level, because nowadays hip hop is so deep, everybody do research. People know what's up and know what's not. So these young boys, they live in that life because of these retards that weren't living that life. I fuck with all of them, I love them, but it's a fact. Like, I'm sorry, you're right. And the labels created that lane. Hip hop never had no lane like that when it came out the Bronx. Them rappers was shunning the drug dealers and they was close to them. Everybody knew what was up. They from the town where the fucking, it left Oakland and went right to Harlem and went to Bronx. That crack and all that shit. So they from New Jack City. So, but the music earlier was never about that shit at all. Not even to the least bit until the big boys got involved and they realized what's really going on. The movie boys, and they created movies and they created the bullshit. It's all about bread, you know what I mean? It's all about Brisman.
It was Pounds for visitation, and the motherfucking code with the code was to get his computer. Well, he ain't said, well, Dad, you gotta call Mom to get the code. And the code was Dr. Dre is a bitch ass nigga. How you had a nigga on the phone telling me.
I ain't gonna hold you, I was a little lost with Wack on this one.
My daddy.
I don't know these
things. A lot of shit went on in Dre's defects that she ain't talk about. Period. A lot of fucking shit.
Hold on. Dr. Dre's son don't look like him?
Got nothing to do with it, my nigga. Bro, he knew that was Dre's son. Everybody know that's Dre's kid. But yeah, we talking about, nigga, you got your, the password to the computer is Dre's a bitch ass nigga, and he had his daddy out, so mom can help me put the password.
What that mean though?
What kind
Somebody tell me what that means in the comments. Because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know if y'all hear it good too. Let me know.
Right? That type of shit. So, motherfuckers say what they want. I know she tried to play a lot of the innocent role, but you know you was sucking Dre dick. You know what the relationship with Suge and Dre was. So to even go that way, right? You foul, right? You got babies by both of them. So let's not paint her as just fucking, like, come on, like shit going on. Gotta let a hoe be a hoe. That's really shit that was going on. That was some foul ass shit. Yeah, come on.
I would rather Wack really be appalled by the situation. I know it's old, and I know the reason why. Unfortunately, because it falls on him. If he claims he knew, if he talks about it in depth, like, oh yeah, he was doing this and that, it come back on you. Now that's the type of dirt. Now you see, dirt is dirt. You can't deny dirt. It's on the wall, on my white wall. You see the dirt. Dirt is dirt, homie, and it goes on. It goes on. It goes on whoever fucking got dirty. Period. So I understand it. Politics, all that other shit. But man, that's some crazy shit, yo. How the fuck you let this nigga, like, we in the, like, I got a label, we chilling or whatever. I'm working for a label. I could even be security. And I hear, oh, you want to go hang out at junior high school. Guess what? I'm going to do something. And I'll probably get fired, whatever else. I probably get arrested. I'm going to do something. I'm not with that shit. I'm not condoning that shit. No way. Give a fuck how cool a nigga is, how big of a star he is, whatever. Could be Jesus. I tell the niggas, no, motherfucker. You're not going there on my watch. Sorry. You telling me you going to be Chester molester right now? You gonna tell me that? It ain't happening. But that's just me though. That's how I play.
With that shit. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You gonna do business with the man, do business, but you went over there on some other shit and all kind of other shit. Really trying to hurt the nigga though. I know what's going on. When they had the when she was trying to fuck her way up to the top and made a wrong move, because look what he had, look what Dre had. Yeah, right. Yeah, damn right, shit. But as I take the turn,
they're gonna do an hour today. But he switched the subject on the bitch. She a foul, Miss LA. She's banging Dre, banging Suge, and probably banging some other niggas.
The nigga just said we won't, whether it's gonna be weird or not. We know for a fact Kurupt fucked the little girl. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you. I fuck with you for that, Mika.
If you 17, right? If you 17 and you dating a 14-year-old, mind you, you're a junior in high school and the 14-year-old.
Hey, bro, go on with that shit. 22 and 14 is not 17. That's the whole different. Fuck out of here.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying is
go on with that shit, bro.
I got basketball because it's not related. You dated a 16-year-old before you turned 18, or what's wrong is wrong.
You saying 22 and 14 is equivalent to 17 and 14?
They all minors, homie. Somebody talked about 16. First of all, nigga, it's not in every state either. Brother said that, Tony. You telling me that that's in every state?
It says Kurupt went to a middle school on a promo run, pulled a 13-year-old and smothered her out for 2 days straight. That's why I you right there.
2 days straight, homie. Had a hostage by the fame. She mesmerized. She a kid. She just ain't on TV.
It's fucked up either way, but goddamn 14, nigga. Smothered her out for 2 days.
Food acts against a child 14 years or younger. She was 13. 2 days straight, so.
Yo, that's crazy.
I ain't know all that. Nigga ain't know what to do, man.
You heard $10 million to make it go away.
That's a fortune. Now let me see. Now tell me what we could do with 10 million. You smell me? And you heard Black Lives Matter. They spent $6 million on a crib. But what I'm saying is, like, what you could really do with this type of money. You could go to Idaho or Timbuktu. I don't give a fuck. Somewhere in America, some little town, any state, buy a hell of land with $1 million. Now you got all them other millions left. Do this, do that, start jobs, do this, all types of shit. But these motherfuckers doing foul shit, you feel me? Protecting the motherfucking Chester, young Chester the molester. I don't give a fuck about Kurupt. I used to listen to his music. I used to be a big fan. Fuck him. Smell me? I don't give a fuck about no damn dude that don't got no self-control, who's a freak boy and go out at little girls and all that type of shit. Period. 10 million to protect this fuck boy. 10 million could have been put on some real shit. That 10 million Suge might not have been broke right now for that 10 million. This fuck nigga going to junior high schools and shit.
Killer Day, that's some foul shit. That was crazy. Hell no, first time Killer was the lead singer of Led Zeppelin, dating a 14-year-old girl. Nobody ever said that. Before that, Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley, nigga, he married the joint. That's like
yeah, fuck them, though. We already know that.
Hey, Wack, let me ask you a question.
Where we at?
Wack.
Elvis to marry, either the parents gave consent or he was in a state where it was allowed. When you say Elvis, you know what? Yeah. Elvis to marry, the parents had to give consent or he was in a state where they allowed it. Illegal. Yeah, it was a legal age.
All right, you about to...
Hey, Wack, was Kurupt writing for Snoop at the time?
Oh,
I just found some shit. Oh, look, he did that. The high school getting that. Look, because I'm reading this article. It says Danny says that was the reason why the Dogfather album wasn't that great because Kurupt got sent back to Philly and wasn't around to ghostwrite Snoop. I never
that.
No damn ghostwriter.
Well, there's some validity. That is probably why they protected him so much. Because I'm trying to understand why he spent all that bread to keep the boy out the can, to keep him safe, to keep him away, and keep all that shit under wraps to where nobody really knew about it. He might have been writing for everybody. He an East Coast boy out of Philly. We know what they do in Philly. You know, all they do is rap, fight, and shoot motherfuckers. Now, shout out to my Philly peoples though. Fuck with Philly all day, but I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of good MCs out of Philly. He probably was. I could see him writing for Snoop, writing for his partner Daz, who really is not a lyricist, was not really a rapper. So and helping out around the camp, yeah, and that's probably why they protected him so much. I don't know, but the fact is, this shit is dead wrong. Huh? We about to.
I know who's murder was a case of the game.
I'm like, leave the dog alone, nigga.
Y'all didn't know that way.
Like that, put the work though. He was making DOC like
DOC wrote shit, RBX wrote shit, Kurupt wrote a lot of shit.
But I'm talking about an actual ghostwriter, like nigga, like this is the person writing.
That shit don't got nothing to do with nothing, though. Tell you the truth.
Jay-Z wrote Ghostwriter Band Trade.
That's all Jay-Z heard for half.
Nigga, we wrote all Jay-Z shit. Nigga, Drake.
All right, now Wack trolling. I think that's done too. Yeah, y'all heard what's going on with that Kurupt bullshit. Everybody probably knew it anyway. But we did the thing about Wack and Trick Daddy, the poll. I asked the question, is Wack wrong about Trick Daddy? And everybody said yes. 69% said yes, 31% said no. Wack kind of went crazy on that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. But at the same time, it's alleged that Trick was talking about Wack first, though. Trick was talking to some dude, to some female about Wack, and it came back to Wack, and that's why Wack reacted. So you could say what you say, but if you're attacking a nigga, you can't expect what's coming back at you, period. You might get exposed, you might get your name out there, but Trick is an OG, so I don't like how this is going down, honestly, because I fuck with both of them. And Trick got his show, his cooking show. I watch it. That shit funny. Bitch, I got my pots. But it's just like, man, keep that nigga. You talking to breezies. That pillow talking is never cool, honestly. So pillow talking is for lame square bears from Delaware with a twin pair on the 10th stead. We don't pillow talk. That's some sucker shit. I fuck with Wack. I love him. He an OG. I fuck with Trick. I mean, he an OG for real. I fuck with Trick way back when I was a kid, all day long. Didn't like to hear him get upset. Didn't like what happened. That was a fucked up situation, period. Hopefully they you know, come together as grown men and act like some grown men and shit. But if not, whatever. But man, pillow talking is a no-go. You heard? So yeah, we're gonna end it on that note. I only do like a little hour. I'm about to get out of here. And shout out to all my people who's good looking. Love y'all. And it is what it ain't.